Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to my kitchen. If you're tired of all the fast food and food that's got a lot of stuff in it that you don't want to eat, just hang out with us for a day, because I'll show you how to cook food that doesn't have all that stuff in it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, for all the people that likes butter beans and ham hocks and that kind of stuff, today we're going to cook some butter beans. These are just big white butter beans, and I'm cooking the whole bag.
Them things go so good too.
And we're going to cook this with ham hocks. So we're going to get them out just like we did the pinto beans the other day, and look through them. And they're not as hard to look as the pinto beans, but you don't want nothing that sort of looks like that in it. There's no rocks. I don't reckon I've ever found a rock in a butter bean.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nope. They're big and white, so they're lots easier to look through.
And she discarded both of them. You can see the yellows to them.
And I actually like to eat butter beans.
I love butter beans. I like any kind of bean.
Well, I like some pinto beans every once in a while, but I'm more green bean and butter bean.
Yeah, we've had a ton of requests for green beans too, and that's all to come. We got Mama's protector here. I cannot get near her for him.
He guards the kitchen, the washroom, every room I go, he guards it. That's my little buddy.
Y'all see, if I get near Mama and I put my boot near him, right here's what he'll do. He will tear into it, so y'all know what I mean now. I always make sure when I come up here to cook like this, I've got these leather boots on. Wow, that's going a lot faster than pintos. Of course, they're bigger.
Yeah. Well, I can see these better. They're white.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I can see them brown beans that good. Okay, we got our big pot. And these are bad to boil over. I've had a lot of people comment different stuff, and one lady told me several years ago, if you'll put a stick of butter in them when you first start it, they won't boil over like that. Well, I did it, and it did boil over. I had a stove top full of stick of butter.
Butter and beans.
And beans. I don't know what makes it, but these things they just blow up. So you got to have a deep thing until you can regulate your what I'm thinking about, stove knob. Bring it to a boil and then close it down right quick to about a 6, maybe a 5 or a 6, and then put your lid on it and make sure it's vented. I've got a little vented lid that I use a lot. It's good because it releases steam.
Okay.
You see it now. So.
Yep, got your little vents.
Ooh, that's a lot of noise. Yeah, this way. There's you something, Shepherd.
And these go in the trash here.
Over to the sink to wash them off. Okay, everybody. I've got the butter beans washed, and they're in my big pot, and I've got about 3 quarts of water in there. And I'm going to put 2 ham hocks in here, because this pot can carry them without it being too much. So we're going to add them, and I'm starting it off on high. And once it starts to boil, then you're going to turn it down to about 6. And see if that will work without boiling over. But when you're first cooking these things, you got to figure out a temperature that your pot will work with that won't boil over every time you put the lid on it. I've got a lid, and this one is vintage. But if I put it on now and leave it, and just let it come to a boil on high, that lid will come up, and every bit of that'll be all over the stove. So I'm just only going to use it till I get this to boiling on high, and then I'm going to turn the heat down to about 6 and put the lid on it and see that if they'll boil then without boiling over. Because this is the hardest bean. I like them, but it's the hardest bean I've ever tried to cook.
Okay.
And I've tried several different ways to avoid that boiling over, but there's just something about the butter beans that they want to just boil right out of the pot on everything. So, well,
Okay.
they are cooking.
Hey everybody, here the butter beans are. They've been going for about an hour now, and they are looking good. The whole house smells so good now, so about another hour or so right in there. We'll come back and show you the finished product.
Hey everybody, butter beans are done, and they've been cooking about 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that's the finished product. And there you have the ham hock. It's done too, so it's time to sit down and eat. That's the third,
It's so good.
the third step to the bean day.
That's right, and y'all, we got a taste tester in here today, and here he is. Dad, are they good?
They're excellent.
All right, he said they were good, y'all, so they passed. Mommy, closing words?
No, except I've enjoyed being with y'all today, and y'all have a blessed day. And I'll see you when I come up with something else to cook.
All right, thank everybody for watching, y'all. Y'all try these butter beans. They are excellent.